Can't run the standard gauge because it'll run into the big Amtrak. We don't really want that. If we sneak it, we can probably run the standard gauge. I wonder if they make any like sensors that could do that automatically. Probably, huh? Right there's where it would collide. Oh, we lost contact with the track anyway. Oh, there we go. So this is pretty much my typical lunch hour at home. On my work days from home, I don't typically eat lunch for the trains. It's a lot funner. I had a second camera set up to where you guys could see me as well, but it's not working at the moment. Let me get that fixed. I just noticed that the view is mirrored. Guess that's okay. So the standard gauge is the 10E we repaired the other day. Had a good time doing that. Really happy to have that going again. So let's see, we have the Orange MTH going. We have the, I believe that's the 1130 line now going on that very inside track. Don't remember exactly when that one was made. I think the 40s. I could be wrong on that. It could be the 50s. Well, let's look it up. I have the book right here. Let's see, 1130. It's kind of dark over here. Let's see. Hmm. All right. Not quite there yet. There we go. 1130. Oh, 53 to 54. It's only a decade off. And that's the one with the plastic body. They came in both die cast and plastic. So that's what that is. Let's see, and then we have the royal blue running on the outside track there, or I guess middle track. Anyway, you probably see it. It's American Flyer torpedo looking thing. Then we have the Blue Comet American Flyer, the 2-rail running close to the dead MTH, or not MTH, Williams cars there. Let's see what else we got. And of course, we got the Williams Amtrak set that I just got not too long ago. I'm still just loving the heck out of that. Then, of course, we have the standard gauge way across the room running. I don't actually know what brand that is, or even at the age. I mean, it's obviously not horribly old, but well. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe after I do this, I'll take it off the track and look, just so we know. Because somebody will ask, right? All right, so we are 8 minutes in, and we haven't had any fatalities yet, so that's cool. Oh my goodness, I don't ever get to sit down and watch my train, so this is actually kind of fun for me. I enjoy this. So I was kind of wondering, you know, I know I started off with O gauge trains when I was a child. I'm wondering, did you guys start off with something different? And if so, what? And then maybe you didn't start off as a child. Maybe you just got into it as an adult. For me, I started with O scale, and obviously I didn't just stick with that. But I guess that's really the root of my question is the original gauge that you chose, is that what you stuck with, or did you branch out to other things? Did you change? I don't know. It seems like everybody has kind of their favorites. So I don't know. So my first train set was O gauge, and then later on I went to a garage sale and I found some American Flyer S gauge, and honestly I didn't know that there was a difference. I just thought a train was a train. So fortunately it did come with some track, but I was too excited to even notice that it was just 2 rails. It's kind of fun. I do still have that original steam engine. It's actually a really nice steam engine. One of these days I'll show it to you guys. So unfortunately, you guys can't see the table I'm sitting at. I laid out all these wired controllers for the MRC. I don't even know what you call this. Let's see what they call this. Okay. Look real quick here. Dual power walk around. Yeah, but it's the corded one. And so I can control, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks from here. And it's actually 6 because one controller can actually control 2 trains. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual controllers. And then one of them controls the 2 tracks. The issue that I found with that, and you know, I run a mixed bag of stuff here, so maybe other people wouldn't have that, but I find that if one using it as 2 different tracks for one controller, if something happens on one track, it automatically affects the other, and sometimes it kind of resets itself in a way that may not be advantageous, like full throttle or something like that. So once again, I run kind of a mixed bag here. So there's no telling. And it is pretty old technology. I don't know exactly when those MRC walk around transformers came out. They're pretty powerful. It's been really convenient, especially with all my stuff on the floor here. Having said that, I still have, you know, power on the other side of the room. You might can see it on the camera, and then in the other corner I have others, and then yeah, it's kind of a mess. I'll be happy to to have this stuff off the floor in kind of a home where it can be a little more permanent. Although I don't know, in you guys' opinion, is a layout ever permanent, or is it just constantly evolving, or do you just get tired of it and then you tear it down and you do something else? I mean, what happens there? I don't know. I don't have an answer because I haven't gotten there yet. Now I did have a layout when I was a child. My grandfather actually built it for me as a 4x8 piece of plywood, and he rigged it up on a pulley system where it could pull it to the ceiling so we could still get the car in the garage. It worked really well. Now, I don't know, with 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, if what you make then is, necessarily reflective of what you make as an older man. But it was pretty simple. Well, on the other hand, I didn't have a ton of resources. We weren't wealthy by any means. But I mean, I sure had an awful lot of fun out there in the garage. We live in Houston, so I remember it being just hot as heck out there, and I'm still just having the time of my life. So probably wasn't real good for the trains now that I'm thinking about it. Although I just do still have the original, one of the original O scale trains, and if the heat affected it, it doesn't show today. So I don't know. Maybe that's not a concern. But everything seems to be working really well. I'm really happy with this. I think we ought to sneak the standard gauge around while the Williams isn't looking. It will collide with it, so we definitely don't want that. That new motor works pretty well. I'm super happy with that. Oops, well, we almost did it. All right, we're not gonna tempt fate anymore on that. That would be a real shame. So when I laid out all these tracks, I laid them out for smaller, like steam type locomotives, and so the spacing on the tracks, when I run those smaller steam locomotives, they don't run into each other. But when these big diesels are on here, they they will in fact run into each other, and it's not a good thing. So, all right, I believe I have one more train that I could turn on that somehow I didn't. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's one of the American Flyer. I believe it's a 302 AC. It's just a really good runner. Almost bulletproof. I think one of the things that as they aged, they got these American Flyer locomotives was the way that their wheels are insulated is they have that plastic insulator between the metal wheel and then the where it meets the frame, and that just it cracks and breaks, and then obviously it's then grounded to the track. So if you have it happen only on one side, sometimes you can kind of turn around the the locomotive, and you can make it work for a minute or two. But once one cracks, it's been my experience that it's pretty much doomed until you get those white plastic insulators replaced. So that's kind of interesting. I did in fact replace an entire wheel on American Flyer once, but it was on one of the the six wheel, however you want to say it, locomotives, and I couldn't figure out how to get it timed correctly. Because it has to be timed, or else the little bar that goes on it, it'll get stuck, and then you're in trouble. You can't do it. Now since then, I found out that there's actually a tool, a jig that you use where you can time those wheels. So I may try again sometime in the future. Not even sure exactly which one of those it was. I have quite a few of the American Flyer. All right, everything's working really well. I don't see anything crashed or whatever. I didn't turn on the Amtrak or the what is that, Burlington Northern over there on the very end by the G scale, because it's not easy to get over there with everything running. And I didn't want to mess with that. I mean, this is my lunch hour. So I kind of want to relax and not mess with a whole lot of stuff. So I don't feel like messing with this standard gauge again. Let's see, it's that one. Oops, I turned down my MTH. Thought about labeling these controllers so I'd know which track I was doing, but most of the time I can remember unless I move them out of order somehow. So, yeah, welcome to being an old man. All right, so let's let this sneak by and then we'll. There we go. I just love that. Oops. See? See, okay. The problem is I'm watching the laptop screen, and what you guys are seeing, and what's actually happening is just delayed by just a moment, just enough to crash a train. So we really don't need to do that. So I'm going to keep a better eye on it here. And these standard gauge motors, they don't have a brake of any kind. I mean, when you turn them off, they're going to roll quite a bit. That new motor just works really, really well. Really happy with that. Interestingly, when I got this is the second replacement motor I've bought for it actually, and this one it looked like the armature was designed differently, just better. It looked like the actual armature was larger, not in diameter, but in like the number of windings maybe, and just the general construction just seemed to be a lot beefier. So I thought that was pretty cool. I've never looked at the armature on the, what is it, the 384E locomotive that I have. I don't know what that's all about. Don't really even chance that one because it's got that cast frame. It's just really a disaster looking to happen. As a matter of fact, when I got it, the cast iron frame was broken, and you can actually buy those frames. Of course, it's been an aftermarket frame, but that made it go again. That made it work again. So, but I'm not interested in breaking it again. All right, guys, I'm having fun with this. This is fun. I hope you guys are enjoying your lunch and enjoying watching the trains. I know I am. Like I said, I don't normally eat lunch, so I'm not eating. So you don't need to worry about hearing me chew or anything like that. This is kind of similar to the way everything ran the 40 minutes that I found out later that the camera was dead. Sometimes the stuff will run real peacefully and really well for long periods of time, and other times it just seems like you can't keep anything together. It's kind of crazy, but that's kind of part of the fun too. I mean, it's I guess it'd be, well, I don't know, maybe boring isn't the word, but it wouldn't be a challenge if you didn't have to do some things every once in a while. Just sit. Some of the stuff, this may be the longest it's ever run. Let's see. So I just noticed that the 1130 appears to be dead over there. I'm not sure what's up with that. Let's see. Is anything else stopped? Oh, the American Flyer stuff. Well, So sometimes on these MRC with these older locomotives, they'll just go out on overload, which appears that maybe that's what happened, because there goes the American Flyer. So let's see if we can get the 1130 to go again. Or maybe it just came off the track. Nope, it just old equipment, old funky. Yeah, I don't know what we'd do if we had anything new. I guess we get new power supplies for starters. Oh, speaking of power supplies, so I've got like what, 3 or 4 MPH engines now. I cannot figure out what I need to buy to control them. I mean, I see stuff and like several different versions of stuff, but I can't figure out exactly what I need. Of course, I haven't explored it real heavy, and of course, the price. It looks like you're $600 in a gamble, maybe. I don't know. If anybody knows anything about that, give me a holler. Let me know. I know these MTH will run on the conventional transformer, but I don't think they necessarily like it, though. The orange BSNF that's running around right now, every once in a while do something kind of funky, and I know it's because of the track. If you have any kind of voltage variation or whatever, just every once in a while do the horn or the bell or some sort of other weird noise. And there's nothing wrong with it. I know there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the track. So it might be nice to get the correct controls for them, I think. I've heard that you kind of got to watch that the electronics on them are kind of, well, maybe unstable isn't the word, but not something you really want to mess with a lot. We'll just make the horn go because I like that. Makes me happy. I think that's the only one I got on the track other than the Amtrak, which the control is across the room, so that's not happening. That has a horn. Most of my stuff's too old to have a horn. I have a couple of the older steam engines with the whistle tender, but I don't think I have any of those on the track at all right now. Oh, look, the 1130 seems to have stopped moving again. Let's see. Let me get a little more voltage, see what it says. Oh, it actually seems like it's stuck. I wonder what it's stuck on. Well, I guess I'm going to get up and I'm going to go look. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's see. Excuse my dumb self in the camera for a minute. Let's see what's going on over here. What's going on, buddy? All right. Sometimes this just gets hung up on by the weight of just the cars, which is actually what is appearing to happen now. So let's see. I'm not sure what makes that happen. I don't think the 1130 has traction tires, so maybe those older cars are just too heavy. All right, let's turn it back on. We'll see what happens. All right, we have motion. Maybe we'll get up some momentum, then we'll turn it down. This is one of those that speeds up as it warms up, although it's plenty warm. You know that. So it ought to be okay. And it seems like there's like a really fine line between, okay, yeah, I'm going to go around the track, and okay, I'm going to fly off the track. All right. Like I say, it doesn't have traction tires, so every once in a while it'll just make you think it's not doing anything, and then all of a sudden it gets a grip and by. All right. It really seems like it's happy again. It's kind of a tight radius probably for that locomotive to try to pull those heavier passenger cars through that 027 radius. All right, guys, I'm having fun. All right, who wants to sneak the standard gauge by the Amtrak again? That would be me. All right, we gotta wait for it to go. Oops, accidentally did the wrong train. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. All right, well now we gotta wait again. Like I say, with the steam engines on that track, the standard gauge won't collide with anything, but with the big diesel on there, it will. We're definitely not looking for that to happen. All right, let that go by. That's kind of fun. Whoa, buddy. All right, here we go. Little 10E's pretty happy for as old as it is. 1926, showing off all day long. Can you imagine how happy some kid was on Christmas Day to get that? That is so crazy. You know, some of these older things, you have to wonder, you know, did you get it from the original owner? Did you get it from a second owner? Did you get it from somebody that just didn't care? I mean, like, you know, like a reseller or something like that. I'm pretty sure I got this from a reseller. It's one of those things where it was on eBay and I bid something that I thought was kind of low and I got it anyway. You gotta watch doing that. You want it with a bunch of stuff. It may be stuff that you want, stuff you don't want. You know, it may just be the bigger steam engine that collides with the bigger. I'm not gonna chance it though. That would be a very unfortunate mistake. Oh, I can't believe how well everything's staying together for you guys. I need to invite you guys to watch more often. We usually had some sort of catastrophe by now. I just noticed the N-Gauge isn't running. That's kind of one of those things that you just can kind of turn it on and forget about it. Just kind of dramaless, as everything should be. All right, let's come over here. Oh, look, looks like that transformer kicked out on overload for the pre-war stuff again. All right, there you go, buddy. All right. Of course, I can't see the chat right now, so if you're saying something, oh, it'll be a minute. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. It's the best way to spend lunch. All right, let's see if we can reset these guys. That's a problem. Yes, that was the problem. This is fun. Everything's going so well. I'm tempted to turn something else on, but would that be tempting fate? Should we do it anyway? I think we ought to do it anyway. You know, whatever. What I don't want to have to do is use my shutdown for the whole layout because unfortunately I plugged all my live streaming equipment into that too. So if I turn that off, you guys go bye bye. that's not the greatest planning. Setting this stuff up, I don't know. I do this stuff for a living, or set up like technical type stuff for a living, and I don't know why this was so difficult or why we had so many problems. All right, so let's try not to get run over by a train. What do you say? All right, let's see what we can do here. Fortunately, that G scale is not very fast. All right, let's see. I believe it's this one. We don't want backwards though. All right, there we go. Now, this one tends to not be dramaless. That track's about horrible. All right, so that looks like it's going to go. How about that now? Look at that weird spot on that track. When that second half of the loop, it doesn't have the power that it does on the first. Really poor track. All of this stuff, really. All right, well, I think that'll work. And if not, we'll make our way back over here. I don't think it's so fast it's going to run into the other one. So that's the main thing. All right, well, let's see here. We can get out of here without screwing something up. I did it. All right. 2 doors in case you wondered where I went. All right. Well, that's pretty fun. Wow. So okay, looks like the 1130 has once again stopped. So not sure what's going on there. Appears to just be stuck. Once again, it doesn't have traction tires on that, so it's not real thrilled with pulling those pre-war cars anyway. I could put a different locomotive on there, I suppose. Although it's just lunchtime, we don't have that much time. I've been kind of wanting to run my my MTH steam engine. I haven't run that in seems like forever, but it won't run on that track anyway. Or it will. It just doesn't like it. Does not behave well. All right, guys. Well, this is pretty amazing. Now, the way I did this setup, I did it to where I actually have 2 cameras, but unfortunately, my second camera at the last minute decides no, it's not going to connect to this HDMI splitter. So I don't know what happened there. We will take stock of that, and that way, occasionally we can flip it to me and I can make some stupid comment or whatever. I don't know. All right. Well, everything's working so well. It's making me nervous. I must have bumped the power on the track that the Williams car's over there. I will. Whatever. We'll be okay. I guess I need to take those back apart and service the trucks or whatever. The trucks on those are actually pretty interesting. They have springs and retainers and all kinds of things that can come loose or get cattywampus or whatever. The couplers really need to be replaced with, which in that case is kind of part of the truck. So imagine that might be expensive. It wouldn't be difficult at all, but I imagine it might be difficult to find that truck. Maybe not. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll explore that later. Or probably I'll just take them apart, patch them back together, and put them back on. That'll run for quite a while when you put them together, but once they get out of adjustment, you can just forget it. They aren't doing a single other thing other than annoying you and making your life not fun. All right, who sees anything dead? I don't see anything dead. All right, who wants to sneak the the standard gauge around again? I don't know why that amuses me. Oh, all right. In fact, moving so slow. There we go. All right. Go. Like I say, I don't want to take a chance with those colliding. That would make me very sad. I don't think it ever collides there. All right, who's having fun? Raise their hand. You can't see me, but I'm raising my hand. I promise you guys, this is the most time ever. All this stuff is running, not falling apart or crashed or the track fell apart. So thank you. Apparently you guys are good luck. So like I said, I got into the model train stuff when I was about 11 or 12, somewhere around there. I think probably closer to 11. And, you know, my grandfather built that train board to lay out in the garage for me. And like I said, I spent many a very hot Houston summers out there. And I had a lot of friends that used to come over, you know, and we'd play with the trains. They'd bring their trains, whatever. And, you know, it's funny. When everybody hit puberty, it's like, nope, no more friends, no more trains, no more nothing. I don't even know any of those people. Honestly, I don't even know who they were. Oh, goodness. So I guess maybe younger people would think maybe this is boring. You know, there's nothing to shoot or nothing to kill or however that works. Don't quite get the whole video game thing. I don't have really great eye coordination, so hand-eye coordination, yeah. So I've never been real good at that, and I do so badly at it that I tend to just laugh so hard that I start crying, and then then I can't do anything. I'm horrible at video games. And then people that are really serious about video games, they don't want to play with me anyway because I start laughing. They're kind of offended by that because they take this stuff seriously. It's obvious you're not trying because you're laughing. So anybody watching anything good on eBay right about now? I haven't been on eBay in a while. I need to stay off of there. I kind of was bad for my birthday. I got birthday money from my family, but I spent more than I got. Now that's not a complaint because I've certainly enjoyed all this. All right, let's sneak around the standard gauge again. I'll wait for it to get out of the danger zone here on the big Amtrak. All right, well, it's certainly taking its sweet time, isn't it? All right, there we go. Such a beautiful set. I love that so much. It's just on the other end that we have problems. Currently, we're right here. And I think it's just the steam engine, but I don't I don't really want to take a chance. I got a funky spot in my track on the standard gauge. The standard gauge track I got from an estate, and it came, I mean, just as rusty as you can possibly imagine. It still be somewhat usable. So maybe it's just beyond its life. I don't know. When I went to investigate standard gauge track, it was well exceeding any kind of budget I wanted to spend on a train track. All right. I don't know if you've seen, I don't remember which video it was I made, but I showed kind of my, I don't know what you call it, a holding track, storage track, whatever. It's a standard gauge track that surrounds my HO. But the camera got so close that it actually looks like the track is like fuzzy and growing. I've never cleaned that particular track at all because I just use it, to put stuff on to keep me from walking on it or whatever. So who's having fun? I'm having fun. All right, I'm gonna watch it real. Ooh. Yeah. These tracks will move around, so you have to be kind of careful anyway. I mean, they're just on a not totally skid-proof floor, and of course they're not nailed down. All right. I think it's so ironic that, and I'm not complaining, but I mean nothing has like imploded yet. I just noticed the little 302 stopped. Let's see. I believe that is in the royal blue. Probably the transformer kicked out. Like it will run 2 trains, but no, not really. It'll control 2 trains. It'll just kick out. Of course, these are really old trains, so some of this stuff probably draws some substantial power. Although I think these MRCs are supposed to be high wattage. Who knows? All right. See, y'all should have told me that's stopped. I just heard something. I hope it was a dog. All right. Anyway, that was not the right control for that. No. Something. All right. We got about 10 more minutes, guys, and I gotta go back to work. Boo. I actually like my job. I don't care. I don't mind. The one thing about it, when this this live stream gets done and the video gets published, it'll be the longest video on my channel for real. Maybe I'd have a challenge to make it through the whole thing. Oh goodness. So let's see. Looks like everything's going. I don't see anything dead. Sneak the standard gauge around again, just because I think that's fun. Avoiding the other one at all costs. Well, regardless if anybody watches this or not, I'm gonna have to have a chair in here. Did have to remove G scale and 2 other O scale tracks to put the table in here, table and chair in here, but I'm gonna say it was well worth it. They weren't particularly great tracks anyway. So what kind of trains do you guys like? What brands do you guys like? I'm not all that I'm not all that picky. I'm not a brand type guy, I guess. I enjoy them all. You know, some of the stuff, yeah, it's cheap, but you know it's cheap. You know it's not gonna last forever. So I guess unless your expectations are in the wrong place, which I suspect maybe some of ours are. I know that at times, especially when I was younger. You know, when I was younger, I had a bunch of Tyco HO scale stuff, and I don't remember it being as crummy as it is. Maybe I was just young, didn't know better. I don't know if I'll have fun with it. I mean, you know, some of that stuff I think was, you know, designed as an introduction or, you know, to get people into it that maybe couldn't afford some of the others. I think everything kind of has its place. All right, well, my laptop's kind of in the way a little bit. Next time I do this, I may use that differently. All right. I'm gonna stop with the stop with the standard gauge because it's making me nervous again. All right, guys. Well, I really can't explain why my track hasn't failed or an engine just refuses to go or any of that. Because usually that's what happens at a point. Can you guys see the wing scale? Oh yeah, you can just see a corner. So I don't think you can see the picture scale at all. No, I don't think. No, well, yeah, you can see just a little part of it. Let's turn that on just because you can see it. Why not? Everything's doing so well. I mean, what could possibly happen? Okay, well, let's see. Getting over here to turn this on is a major thing. You could do something about this. Not today, though. All right. Oops. Well, see, y'all didn't see that, but it wasn't connected. There we go. Go, little train. All right. I turned on two, and you can only see part of one, but that's okay. I know it's there. So you guys having fun? I'm having fun. All right. I don't think I'm going to turn the Amtrak up just a little bit. Just because I can. Some of these transformers smell funky when they're on for a while, but they're antique, so that's not surprising. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Really tempt fate and turn on this really cranky American Flyer. Is it going to go or no? You never know with it. Nope. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to mess with that. That's a whole other kind of not fun. Came out just far enough to be in the way. Guys, I don't know if you all are having fun or not, but I'm having fun. Worst party ever. I don't care if y'all are having fun or not. No, I care. All right. Well, I think it must be with the 10E that there's no friction points, no contact points with the Amtrak. I think with the steam engine there is. Steam engine's a little longer, has a little longer nose. 10E has almost no nose. All right, well, we'll just let it go. All right. So what's going on? What stopped? What's going on? So it looks like perhaps the now that one MRC transformer keeps kicking out with the Blue Royal and the 302 on there. I think it's just drawing too much. In comparison, it's a modern day transformer, which it's not. But I mean, compared to the Blue Royal and the 302 American Flyer, it is. I'm telling how much this draw. Not doing a lot. Well, according to my let's put it this way, according to my light bill, yeah, it's a lot. When I started doing the model trains, my light bill increased fairly dramatically. All right, so I hear something that I shouldn't hear, and I don't know where I'm hearing it exactly. Like something singing. I think it might be I think it was the trucks on the standard gauge. No, I still hear it. All right, we can just investigate. So let's see. I don't think it's the American Flyer right here. Let's see. No. I think it's a Williams Amtrak. One of the cars is whistling. I'll have to check that out here in a minute or after lunch. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, it is 1:02. I can't believe it's already been an hour, but I only get an hour for lunch. Or else I do this all day. Wouldn't have any money. I'd be sitting in the dark, but I do this all day. So, all right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. You might consider subscribing to our little YouTube family. We really, really enjoy our family and having new folks join us. For those of you that are already subscribers, thank you. We really appreciate you guys. I mean, we really do think of you as family, and we are always happy to have you back anytime. So, all right. Well, I need to get back to work, and I'm going to let you guys go. I had a blast doing this. We will definitely do this again.